History of the Gulf States Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. The Civil War hampered the growth of the church in the South. The few missionaries that went south after the war came back with stories similar to the 10 spies that were sent to spy out the Promised Land. Those missionaries traveling south encountered hostility and deep racial prejudices. Shortly after the war, Ellen White met with church leaders. She encouraged them to begin work in the South for the black population. The first Seventh-day Adventist minister to enter the South was Elbert B. Lane in 1871. He preached in the hallway of the station to blacks in one room and whites in the other. A few years later, the first black church was organized with 9 members from one family. By the late 1800s, there were 538 Adventists in the South. Edson White convinced Elbert that he should follow his mother's counsel. In 1895, J.N. Longborough facilitated the launching of the Morning Star, a riverboat that was used to spread the gospel along the Mississippi River in the South. Edson established over 30 schools and several churches.
Jesse Morgan Elliott, who fought on the northern side in the Civil War, was discharged from the Army because he went almost blind. He learned about Seventh-day Adventists and he decided to return home to Alabama, where he spread his beliefs with a lot of his friends. In 1878, he held a series of meetings in Baldwin Springs, Alabama. There were about 70 to 80 people who attended, and shortly thereafter they organized the first church in Alabama. In 1885, Peter Clark held evangelistic meetings in the City Hotel in Mobile, Alabama. In 1894, the second church was organized right here in Montgomery, Alabama.
The first president of the conference was W.L. McNeely. There were 4 ministers. The Alabama headquarters moved several times. Selma, Birmingham, Fort Payne, and Clanton all were headquarters of this conference. The Mississippi Conference organized on August 4th, 1901. Rodney Owen became the first president. There were 3 churches, 5 companies, and 182 members. The Ellisville Laurel Church organized in 1904 and the Hattiesburg Church in 1905. In 1920, the Louisiana and Mississippi Conference were joined together with headquarters in Jackson, Mississippi. The first president of this combined conference was William Randolph Elliott, the son of Jesse M. Elliott. The Alabama-Mississippi Conference organized in 1932. Louisiana was transferred to Southwestern Union, and the Alabama Conference and Mississippi Conference united. Headquarters were moved to Meridian, Mississippi. In 1946, the black constituency separated and became part of the South Central Conference. Changing the name of the Alabama-Mississippi Conference to Gulf States Conference. In 1984, the name of the Alabama-Mississippi Conference was changed to the Gulf States Conference, which more adequately represented the states of Alabama, Mississippi, and the Florida Panhandle. Ralph Hendershot, one of the charter students of this school, still retained a dream that an Adventist academy be firmly established in the Tolowa area. Ralph became friends with I.H. Bass to the work study program of the Adventist College at Madison, Tennessee. Mr. Bass was impressed with young people working their way through school. In 1957, he decided to donate 450 acres through many sacrifices on the part of the members of the Gulf States Conference. A 4-year boarding academy was opened in 1961. The school, named in honor of I.H. Bass, would be called Bass Memorial Academy.
I'm really excited about being here in this new building. We have been planning on this for a number of years and very seriously for the last year. We had outgrown our old building. We had people that were, some of our department heads were in the hallways. They would have to bring their material out in the morning and then take it back in. Anytime that they left the building, they'd have to take it back in and put it away. So it was really complicated. It was hard for them to do their work at the old building. So we are really looking forward to this building. It's been a very exciting process to get here. When we started our planning at the very beginning, we had two primary goals. One is that we wanted to be on the interstate. The other is that we wanted to build debt-free. The reason we wanted to be on the interstate is that 30,000 to 40,000 cars drive by on Interstate 85 every day right now. So we're excited about that. We wanted the name Seventh-day Adventist to be standing out as every one of those people drive by, so that they can raise the questions in their minds. Why Seventh Day and why Adventist? The other goal that we had was to build debt-free, and we just feel real blessed. We had saved money for a number of years in order to build a new building, and with the money from the sale of the building and the money that we had saved, we combined those two together and built this building debt-free. So we're really excited about being here. We're thrilled, and we're really looking forward to this being a tool to help us reach more people with the story of Jesus.
In the ministerial department, like all our Gulf States Conference departments, we focus on people. Our pastors are an integral part in church growth, and I pastor the pastors. If our pastors do well, our churches grow. Evangelism is also a vital component of what we do. Evangelism is becoming a part of church life, whereas it used to be just an event. In recent years, we have grown from near 7,000 using this to 12,000 members.
The educational ministry currently encompasses 15 schools and early childhood centers in 3 states, including Bass Memorial Academy. These institutions provide the youth an opportunity to obtain an education that connects them to both excellences in academics and the message of salvation in Jesus Christ. Our youth department director is Pastor James Magnum. We have an active and engaging evangelistic soul-winning outreach program with children's, youth, young adults, campus, adventurers, pathfinders. One of our most important events is the summer camp in Camp Alamisco.
Publishing ministry is one of the essential part of this ministry here. What we do is we go door to door and we share the love of Jesus and what He has done for us.
Our book center provides vegetarian food and a variety of Bibles and related materials. Jane Haney supports Ms. Anderson, the ABC director.
Stewardship is a powerful word. It's acknowledging God as the giver of every good and perfect gift. What is stewardship? Stewardship is simply using God's blessings for God's glory. Our department is committed to the biblical principles of managing our time, resources, and relationships for His glory.
We are dedicated to sharing the story of Jesus and how we believe the work of the church is advancing.
One of the things that this new building provides, and we've never had access to before, in which we are very excited, is a video and audio recording studio. Very significant to us is our women's ministry department, led by April Hobbs. This ministry is a vital ministry focused on equipping the ladies, first of all, to be able to minister to other women in the community. We become involved in a disaster relief where we have fed thousands of people a day and fed several counties in major disasters. We feed the hungry, provide housing for the homeless, free repairs for homes that are in despair. This service is a widespread gift-based ministry. We have an aggressive health program where we teach the 8 laws of healthful living. Mr. Brian Halley leads the IT department. He keeps all the computers running for the entire organization, including Camp Adamisco and some support for Bass Memorial Academy. Our treasurer is Mr. Nicholas Henson. The Treasury Department handles several thousands of transactions every month. Its primary role is to safeguard the funds, assuring that every penny donated is spent according to the giver's intentions. Our executive secretary is Elder David Livermore. His role focuses more on the legal side of our work and the statistics and records. He keeps track of all the membership transfers, issues, retirement, and service records. He oversees all the transactions for the purpose and sale of property and often deals with the legal complications with employees. Also handles all background and volunteer screening for the churches. He is also responsible for medical and dental recruitments, religious liberty issues, and Sabbath school trainings. The current president is Elder Melvin Isley. His role is to do the best possible finding good employees and then monitor and supervise them as they carry out their responsibilities. The president helps with all of the difficulties or problems that develop in our conference, whether they are employee, educational, financial problems, or legal complications.
It takes hundreds of people to make a dream like this become a reality. So we just want to thank you for the part that you played in helping make this a reality. We also want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the part that you play in helping us take the story of Jesus to every man, woman, and child.